Hello everyone, this is Matthew here once again, and this is not another announcement of a certain special coming up, even though this will mark video number 3992, but this is just sort of like an apology to this, to how concerning my comments lately. And I ask you guys to not mind this, to not mind all the Supercross racing in the background, because this is just to help me get through this. But I'll just tell you guys right now,
I'm honored to be a part of that, the Honda family.
The truth of the matter is, I really am not looking to start a pissing war with anyone or to show any disrespect. But just before I go on, let me show you my proof of the Supercross that I'm watching. And I'm really not emotional at all about this, even though I did have some watery eyes earlier, but I wasn't crying at all. So, I should get down to business. I've been getting comments from people saying that I'm too harsh or what have you, but really they may think that I'm causing trouble, but that's not even true. The truth of the matter is, I've been totally swamped with a lot of schoolwork lately, which I kind of try to expect, and it adds to the most recent hoopla that's going on. Rodney's trying to get himself out of the champion position on Car Stars, which I will not do. And I'll have to tell you guys right now that I feel like I've got it under control now. But some are misinterpreting and getting everything wrong, saying that I unleashed any frustration out on them. But the truth is, I didn't. And I try to not comment to somebody after I have these humongous workloads, and then I got to deal with getting home. And sometimes I got to deal with people that just refuse to move on the bus, or sometimes I got to deal with people who don't move, or some really noisy kids. But I rightfully don't blame them for. But if you guys think that this is kind of like a half-hearted apology, I don't know what to think of you. Other than to say, I'm not going to say you suck. I'm not saying you suck. The only thing I'm going to say is nothing. So I don't expect anybody's sympathy towards me, but I got to deal with at least 40-minute bus rides to my college and everything else. But trust me, this isn't a half-hearted apology. I can guarantee that. And when I say I don't need anybody's sympathy, I don't mean that in a strict way. I'm not looking to start a pissing competition with anyone, because I'm doing a piss poor job with stuff. But that's not really the truth. Besides, the workloads that I have is a reason to, is a possible reason, is a likely reason to explain my comments and not an excuse. And if you still refuse to believe it, I don't know what to say to you. But since I first got a comment about it from Aubrey and Justin concerning how when I almost consider that to be normal, I guess you can say I'm raised in an environment that tells me to think for myself. And sometimes I get comments from users who really don't think for themselves. But when I start to feel like I'm being just blatantly ignored, that's what kind of frustrates me. And just some certain people who I will not mention. And otherwise, if you guys just don't want to cut me any more slack on this, then don't. Because if this thing doesn't clear me, then the only times that I'll be on Skype is if my sister is online until she gets back from overseas and knows she's not serving our country. I will not go into detail about where she is. So the only thing I can do is just send my apologies to those that I feel like I went a little bit too much or too overboard with. But then there are some users that kind of test my patience. And I try not to comment on people's videos when just seconds after I finish a huge workload for school, when I just try to go to YouTube just to blow off some steam and try to get my senses back. My head is fried, my brain is fried, and whenever my head is fried, I got a headache and stuff. And please don't mind my pauses. I'm just looking at these races just to make sure that I don't get too emotional. So I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not asking for pity. And I'm not even asking for forgiveness anyway. Then again, maybe I am. And I don't expect to get this out, and I don't expect to get out of here with my skin. As I was saying, I don't expect to get out of this situation I put myself in with my skin. But the fact that I feel policed by Justin but with just one comment is officially is something I consider to be too much. And no, I'm not placing any blame on anyone, especially Justin. But when somebody continuously does these things to me, I start to wonder if I'm even being listened, if anybody even listened to what I said. But I'm not going to say, oh, it's Justin's fault, he deserves it, he said I deserve it. But that's not the truth. I'm not going to go that way. I don't think this is going to affect my status. I don't think this is going to affect myself for Skype. So that's pretty much it. Just like to sum up and everything. Ever since that first comment I got, I've been trying to clean up my act again. And trust me, I am not an alcoholic or anything. I've never had a sip of alcohol, period. The only heaviest thing I've ever drank is soda. So if you believe me, great. If not, If not, then go bother somebody else, because I'm not going to deal with you. Well, that pretty much sums it all up. And when you leave your comments, don't say that I'm getting soft or anything. Because I'm really not. The only thing I'm doing is trying to clear myself out of this. Even though some people may say that I'm not doing anything wrong, some are saying that I may be doing something wrong, not treating anyone with respect or anything, but that's not the truth. I'm not using the workloads as an excuse, I'm using it as a reason. And I'm not going to give you any of this blue wall crap that's saying, what would you do? I'm just going to suck it up and tell you guys that I got it under control now. And that's about it, So if you got points to prove with me, don't do it with me right now. I'm not pissed off or anything, I just want to get this off my chest. And I'm not even the least, and I don't even want to go on YouTube with I don't even want to go on this video with a lot of emotion and everything to a point where I can't even complete a sentence. If you guys expected that, then oh well. Because I don't think I'll be redoing this video at least. So that's it for now. I'll see you guys where I'll return to my log of videos. And I will still do my 4,000 video special and a birthday special for Hunter. But if I ever start going back to my old habits, I'm only going to do it if it's absolutely necessary. Because the only time I ever talk negatively to them is to people as if it's the trolls. But when one person just continues to ignore me, like one user who I will not say who, trying to get through to somebody else, and I admit the off-topic comments I get are at a minimum, which I'm actually happy about. But if it starts to get pretty frequent, like with one user who I will not say, that's what kind of frustrates me, because they just refuse to listen. But I've already changed up myself. And I don't think I should be swamped as before. So that sums it up, and I'll see you all for my next video. Or I'll catch you all later.